continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4 of Fire When Ready. I am your host, Alex Corey, and on this podcast I talk about my thoughts on all things geeky, being the world of movies, TV, comics, because it's just that awesome. Sometimes I'll ride solo, or on occasion invite special guests, and today I am alone again, naturally. Don't worry, I won't sing throughout the entire episode, but yes, it'll just be me monologuing from me to you, just my thoughts on a couple things that leap out to me in the month of October. One of the things being very exciting, the other one is just something to ponder about. And so the first thing I want to get off my chest is the thing that's worth pondering about, and that is Marvel Netflix. Now, recently we've heard that the shows Luke Cage and Iron Fist have been canceled, and they will not return for season 3. Yeah, I guess that's really sad. Well, I can't really form an opinion considering, well, there's actually some backstory to my Marvel Netflix journey that I'd like to share with all of you. And that is, so Daredevil Season 3 is back. And so I am a fan of Daredevil Season 1 and 2. Love that show. It's arguably one of the best superhero shows of all time. And so, yeah, and then a while back, before Season 2 of Daredevil even started, I watched the first couple episodes of Jessica Jones. Never got back to it. I didn't end up watching Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, Defenders, all that stuff. But then I heard Daredevil Season 3 is back, and I'm like, well, maybe I should actually go back and catch up. So I did. I ended up watching season 1 of Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And then I finally watched Defenders. So I am all caught up to watch Daredevil Season 3. I gotta tell you, loved all these shows. Yeah, even Iron Fist Season 1. Yep, I'm that guy. I thought that was quite an enjoyable show. I don't really know what the universal consensus is about Defenders, but I loved it, honestly. And yes, Daredevil Season 2 recap on Netflix. Word to the wise, if you haven't seen Defenders and want to refresher about Season 2, don't watch the Season 2 recap of Daredevil. That's on Netflix on the Daredevil page. Yeah, don't watch the recap because it shows the ending of Defenders. It shows the end scenes of Defenders in the Daredevil Season 2 recap. Didn't know that until I was watching the Defenders season finale, or series finale since it's a limited series. And yeah, that was a big surprise for me. So yeah, I did end up getting that spoiled for me. But hey, I was still able to enjoy Defenders and had a great time with it. But yeah, and so my plan is after I watch Daredevil Season 3, I'm going to be so high off of that I'll finally watch the Season 2s of Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And then finally watch Punisher Season 1. I really loved the Punisher in Season 2 of Daredevil, so can't wait to see how he continues his own journey. But yeah, very sad about Luke Cage and Iron Fist not being able to continue, but you know, there might be some light at the end of the tunnel. So I pulled this quote from Deadline about Iron Fist's cancellation when that was announced before Luke Cage. So one of the things that's been said, that was said in this quote, was that Marvel's Iron Fist will not return for a third season on Netflix. So, and at the end of this long-winded quote, it said, while the series on Netflix has ended, the immortal Iron Fist will live on. So, not returning for a third season on Netflix, but the Iron Fist will live on. Disney streaming service, perhaps? Plus, also with Luke Cage, the reason why there wasn't a season 3 there is because the execs didn't really like the scripts that were written for season 3, and they wanted to, to have the they wanted to take, they were trying to take the original 13 episodes to 10 episodes, and, that didn't end up working out, and so, they pulled the plug on the creative differences, no less. So the deal is, are we getting a Heroes for Hire TV show, which sees the two characters pairing up, or are we getting Daughters of the Dragon, which will have the pairings of the characters Colleen Wing and Misty Knight. Will we see that? Who knows? But yeah, will this be a thing? Will we see these characters continue on the Disney streaming service? I mean, I'd like it personally. I know so I know for on the Disney side of things, on the Disney streaming service, their plan is to which will lead into the next quote here from Business Insider. I know the deal is that Marvel wants to develop their own shows that are closer to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the movies, and they have the Loki show and Scarlet Witch show lined up, and that's cool. But yeah, I guess the deal here is maybe if we're not going to see those specific characters in their own shows on Netflix, maybe they'll bring them into the Disney service, and then that way will maybe. And I saw like some speculation on some other sites that maybe this could allow for some crossovers with those characters that we saw in the Netflix shows with the characters we see in the movies. I like to see that personally. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, it's all under one universe, and it's cool to actually seeing different characters interacting in different situations. And I mean, who doesn't love that? It's a very diverse group of characters in the Marvel universe. So yeah, I'd be down. But so this quote I wanted to talk about, it's from Business Insider. It said that Disney has, and Business Insider says that Disney has said it has no plans to move Marvel shows from Netflix, but as Disney prepares to enter the streaming wars, maybe it's changed its mind. Disney is also reportedly developing its own Marvel TV shows more closely connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And yeah, those TV shows I mentioned were Loki and Scarlet Witch. So it says it has no plans to move Marvel shows from Netflix. Now, what I think, what I think it means there is that the shows that aren't gonna move from Netflix are the shows that are going to continue on Netflix. Like Jessica Jones has been renewed for season 3. Punisher has just finished filming its next season, and there's been good buzz going on about Daredevil season 3, and more than likely that's gonna have a season 4. So there hasn't been anything set in stone there, but I mean the show's just doing so well, and it's one of the best received shows on Netflix, and maybe out of all of any streaming platforms. It's big, and so yeah, it's a monster hit. So I'm sure they'll continue it there. So I think we won't see those shows move to Disney. Maybe down the line, that would be great. But yeah, I think I definitely see a future where we could see Iron Fist and Luke Cage continue on the Disney streaming service, along with the characters of Misty Knight and Colleen Wing. Maybe doing Daughters of the Dragon. I mean, maybe that's not what they'll do, but hey, you know what? I mean, it'd be stupid not to, and to not see those characters continue, but hey, whatever they have up their sleeve, I'm all for Marvel. I trust in Marvel. They've given us so much great entertainment, so much quality entertainment. I mean, to have that plan in place for the movies, to get to something like Infinity War, I mean, that's just worth commending. It's amazing. And yeah, I have all faith in them. I really love all that they've put out. I know Inhumans was a misfire. I didn't watch it, but I've enjoyed the shows I've seen. I've enjoyed all the movies I've seen. So yeah, I trust in Marvel. There you go. That's all I have to say about that. So yeah, I hope we get to see these characters continue soon. I know I'll have something to hold me over with the Luke Cage and Iron Fist Season 2. I heard Iron Fist Season 2 goes places and it's better than Season 1. But yeah, I can't wait to just delve into it. I have a lot of great stuff to hold me over. Till something as special as Avengers 4, what a ending Infinity War had. Oh boy. So yeah, I have all this amazing comic book superhero content to keep me occupied. So yeah, there you go. There you have it. Those are my thoughts there. So yeah, that's the thing to ponder about in October. The thing to get crazy excited about, the thing that's crazy awesome, is Halloween. By the time this episode is published, it'll be two more days till Halloween. Or one more day. I don't know. Not really good at math. I mentioned that in the last episode. But, so, my plan for Halloween, or the month of October, was to watch a horror movie or Halloween-related movie every day in October. That didn't really that didn't work out. Yeah, got caught up in other stuff. Actually, I actually got caught up in watching all the Marvel Netflix stuff. And yeah, I even actually got to start Daredevil season 3. I'm already 2 episodes in. Great stuff. I can't wait to see where it goes. But yeah. So yeah, I was trying to watch as many Halloween horror movies as many as I could, and yeah, I think I just actually wanted to share with you some of the stuff I watched, and maybe some recommendations for you to enjoy, or some things, or there's at least one thing you should probably stay away from. But yeah, these are some things that I watched, and maybe some things you could enjoy, and I'm also maybe going to talk about some stuff that I maybe hope to see before October ends, and some of my favorites. So yeah, so the movies that I watched so far, yeah, so to start things off, the first movie that I want to talk about is actually a found footage movie. It's the first film in a 6-part franchise. They probably made too many at this point, but I only wanted to actually see the first one just to see how it was pulled off. And yeah, for the technique that was put in place, it was a found footage technique. I thought it was very effective, and that was the first Paranormal Activity. Maybe not the most. It maybe didn't have the most fleshed out characters, but as an experience, as an event, pulls it off well. Great subtle scares. There was one. The final shot of the movie really got me. I thought that was scary as heck. Yeah, so if you want just a really small scale, low budget horror movie that's effective and subtle in the way it does it scares, definitely check this one out. I think this is really well worth it. I haven't seen the sequels. I don't know. Maybe I should keep it that way. I'll probably maybe delve in. I heard maybe the second and third one weren't too bad, and I don't know. I won't know unless I see it, so I can't really say. Yeah, go in with your own opinion. If you want to see a movie, if you genuinely do want to see a movie, word to the wise, see it for yourself. That's all I can say. Yes, all right. So Paranormal Activity, see it. So Venom. Yeah, I'd count Venom as the next one. Yeah, so I did intentionally want to have Venom on this list because it's a monster movie. It's a horror comedy, and yeah, if you haven't listened to the last episode, I talk about that with my good pal Daniel Plant, and yeah, we talk about it, and we basically both of us agree that it was just a fun, entertaining movie, and that's the intentions we got from the movie that the filmmakers wanted to make. They wanted to just make a fun comic book movie. It just maybe might not have a lot of layers to it. It's not Infinity War. It's not The Dark Knight, where there's just a lot of rich detail there. But yeah, if you just want just a fun popcorn movie that has some good laughs in there, and good chemistry between characters, mainly Eddie Brock and Venom, you'll get that in this movie. I enjoyed Venom very much so as a comic book fan, as just a fan of fun sci-fi horror comedies. Yeah, check it out. I think it's a fun one. If you didn't like it, I understand why. Technically there's probably not some great things about it, but hey, for what it was, I had some fun. That's all that matters. All right, so the next movie on the list is actually it's a TV series that features movies, and that is Mystery Science Theater 3000. Yes, it's probably starting to become one of my all-time favorite TV shows of all time. Basically, the premise of it, if you haven't heard of Mystery Science Theater 3000, you should. Basically, the premise is that a mad scientist tortures an astronaut and 2 robots out in the middle of space to watch cheesy, bad movies. And yeah, you see some weird stuff, and basically those 3 characters, the astronaut, 2 robots, they like make fun of the movie the entire time. They'll have some pop culture references, some witty banter there. If that's your thing, check it out. It's a really freaking funny show. And the movie that I watched in this month is Horrors of Spider Island. That was a fun one. Didn't really go, and I can assure you, I would only probably consider it Horrors of Spider Island because there's a spider that appears on screen for 10 minutes. There you go. Yeah, that's the movie that you get, and yeah, they do a great job of having some fun with it. Yeah, I think it's such a great show. Check out Mystery Science Theater 3000. There's probably some great horror movies and monster movies to watch. during this month, and that these guys make fun of. There's some great writers on there. Mike Nelson, Joel Hodgson. Yeah, check out Mystery Science Theater 3000 just for some good cheesy fun. But yeah. Yeah, check that. Oh, I didn't watch it this month, but another episode you should watch, Mystery Science Theater 3000, is this episode they did for a movie called Pod People. There's a particular scene in a recording studio. If you want to kind of have a glimpse of it, look up on YouTube, Idiot Control Now, MST3K. That's all I'll say. Yeah, they're probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. So, yeah. So the next movie on the list is... it's actually one of those. So my buddy Dan LaPlante and our other friend Anthony, who I hope to have a guest on at some point. So we try to watch. I think we did it last year. We did it this year. We'll probably do it again this year with another bad horror movie. I think that's a tradition we're gonna keep going on. So we decided this year because of the trailers being oh so hilarious. We decided to watch the new horror classic Truth or Dare. My gosh. If you guys haven't seen it, want to have some fun, it's a truly stupid and silly concept that is not scary at all, but boy is there some horribleness to it. Granted, as stupid as it was, I will say there was actually a little bit of effort in it. I won't totally poo-poo it and say it's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It's definitely probably a 2 out of 10, but the 2 because there's a well-directed scene involving a character almost killing herself by flinging herself off a roof because she's under a curse. And some of the acting in parts is like okay. Yeah, I think the actors try, and that you gotta give them credit there, and it is what it is. If you just want to have some fun because it's so bad, check it out. And the ending in it, woof. Oh my gosh, they did not know what to come up with there. So yeah, check it out maybe if you want to. If you don't have to. So the next movie on the list is probably one of the oldest films that will be on this list. Is the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Released in very professional here 1920. So yeah, it's very creepy. There's a great I won't spoil the ending, but the ending is really, really good. Didn't really understand it at first because it's since a silent film, it's all told through visual, but yeah, it's for its time really great, really innovative. The production design is second to none, really incredible. You can definitely see like Tim Burton pulled some influences from the artistry that was in Dr. Caligari in that film. Just the artistry and its production design, just that gothic look. You could just tell that Tim Burton pulled some influences. He was influenced by some of that stuff there. So yeah, check out Dr. Caligari. It's creepy. It's a great story. Love it. Next movie is another found footage movie. I get maybe it might be a silly concept for some people, but I thought it was really good. I thought there was some great tension there amongst all the characters, and the way they told the story, all on a computer, was awesome. And that movie is Unfriended, and yeah, for a low budget horror film and great and to have all those great performances there. That felt pretty genuine. I thought. I thought this movie pulled off those great horror tropes there, and yeah, I thought it was effective, very effective. The acting really carried that movie through, and as a whole, I know it might be a silly concept, but it's a horror movie, and just as a horror movie, I thought it succeeded. It really did get under my skin. I really liked it. I really, really liked it. Next movie is actually a comic book movie. As a superhero and comic book fan, I feel obligated to watch almost every single comic book movie that's out, past, present, and future. So this movie is actually I'd say it helped to kind of reinvigorate Marvel in a sense. The Marvel franchise, and that is 1998's Blade, starring Wesley Snipes. So incredible. There's some incredible 90s flavor it's just an awesome horror action movie. So yeah, if you like a great horror action movie that's set in the 90s, you're gonna love this movie. Wesley Snipes is an incredible lead, great action hero. And yeah, there's some actually great depth there with Blade's character that I really enjoyed. So yeah, check it out. I think this is awesome. I haven't seen Blade 2 as of now, but I can't wait to watch Blade 2 because it's directed by Guillermo del Toro, one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. So yeah. Next one. Oh, this is a good one. The Cabin in the Woods. Oh my gosh, what hasn't been said about this movie? It is a cleverly written script. Joss Whedon, you're the man. Drew Goddard, you're the man. Yeah, I know. This is an essential. This is an essential horror movie that people just have to see. I mean, it might not be like strictly a horror film, but there are definitely horror. It's like I'd say it's more of a horror comedy. There's definitely some humor peppered through the entire film, and yeah, this is one that just can't be missed. It really pokes fun at some of those horror tropes that we're used to. But I won't mention anything about the story because I went into this movie knowing nothing. I thought it was just gonna be a weird, scary movie, but hey, this is just, I ended up having just a freaking blast with it. Please check out this movie. It's just, the concept is just so cool. You just have to see it for yourself, and yeah, the ending will make your jaw drop probably. And I know it did for me the first time I saw the movie. So yeah, I'm gonna fly through these next few. The Fly, directed by David Cronenberg. They made that movie. It felt like the monster movie aspect, like that body horror aspect. It made Jeff Goldblum's transformation into the Fly feel like a tragedy. It was emotionally draining. It was brutal. Loved it. Check it out. Halloween, the original 1978 classic. It's the perfect Halloween movie. It's very chilling, and Michael Myers is just such a menace. Oh my gosh, really gets under your skin. It's still, what amazes me is that even though it's 1978, it's still effective to this day. Gosh, I love the original Halloween, but I also loved the new Halloween that just came out, Halloween 2018. I thought this was great, and yeah, I really love this movie, actually. I know it's gotten some mixed reactions, but hey, I've had a blast with it. And yeah, I actually think it improves upon some aspects in the original. It actually takes the time to flesh out some characters, and it still makes Michael Myers scary. You know, he's just a character that still sends shivers down my spine. Oh, he really gets me. And yeah, I thought the movie did such a great job of making him scary, and just, I really loved this movie. I think if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely check it out. Watch the original, then see the new movie. You won't regret it. Haven't seen the original Halloween sequels, and I want to keep it that way because this new Halloween sequel is just so good. But yeah, that's all the horror movies I've seen this month. But the ones I hope to watch by the end of the month: Nightmare Before Christmas, the perfect Halloween and Christmas movie. I'm not going to count it as one or the other. You can watch it on both occasions. Love it. And yes, Tim Burton did not direct this movie. I know he gets credit. He did he had some involvement with the story. He produced it, but Henry Selick doesn't get enough credit for it. He directed that movie. That was his vision, and it was awesome. I love Night Before Christmas. It is a classic. It is one of my all-time favorite films. Love it. And Corpse Bride, underappreciated. Basically anything Tim Burton does, you should watch around Halloween. Just anything Tim Burton, just watch it. So these next couple are actually, some of the Tim Burton stuff can be family oriented, but these next couple especially are family oriented. Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, another classic just to watch with the family. It's just a great, lighthearted, fun. Love it. Such a blockhead. This next movie, Mad Monster Party. Wanted to check it out again. It's by the same creators as the Rudolph, Frosty, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town, those Christmas specials, Rankin Bass. And yeah, I haven't actually seen this movie in a long time. And yeah, this is just another just fun family movie. It's basically the late 60s version of Hotel Transylvania. I think that's the best way to describe it. And it has, all the Universal Monster movies together. And title says it all. It's a Mad Monster Party. So check it out if you just want something to watch with your family, and if it's not a scary horror film. So yeah, other classics. The Thing, one of my all-time favorites. Great pairing of sci-fi and horror, two of my all-time favorite genres. Yeah, The Thing still has amazing practical effects. They still hold up. Yeah, it really, there's great tension there. A great ensemble cast. Kurt Russell, amazing lead. The Thing, that's another must see. You have to see The Thing. But yeah, I guess like just some rapid fire other horror recommendations. If you haven't seen, you should check them out. The Shining, Psycho, The Birds, Alien. Yeah, watch Alien. That's up there. Then It's 2017. I love that one. Yeah, it's probably one of my new favorites, actually. The Conjuring, Conjuring 2. I mean, the list goes on and on. Just have yourself some fun this Halloween. If you're too old to go trick-or-treating, just, stay home. Watch some good quality Halloween entertainment. So, yeah, so you can, and have some candy, too. Always a plus to have candy while you're watching some great Halloween classics. All right, and I guess that'll do it for episode 4 of Fire One Ready. Thank you all so much for listening, and if you haven't already, if you're listening on iTunes, be sure to subscribe and rate and review. If I gave you a 5-star podcast, give me some 5 stars. I would greatly appreciate that. You are awesome. And if you're listening on iTunes, be sure to like this video and subscribe. I do hope to put more content on my channel. And yeah, that'll do it for me. Yeah, so happy Halloween, everybody. Enjoy some horror movies. Enjoy some Halloween movies. And yeah, and also Daredevil Season 3. That's going on right now. I'm going to definitely finish that. Hopefully I'll be finished by the time I post this episode, fingers crossed. But hey, you know what? It's all in good fun. Everyone just have some fun. Enjoy yourself. And I will see you next time. Cheers.